Traders, what's up? What's up? Welcome back to another Relentless recap, guys. As you're tuning in, be sure to hit that thumbs up. And remember our disclaimer. Remember that day trading is risky business, all right? It's very difficult. It takes months, more commonly years, to become efficient. So keep that in mind if you're new to the markets, even if you're someone who's been around the block a couple times. Take it slow, utilize the simulators and small share size to ensure that your tuition is limited because we all have to pay to learn. We have to pay with our time, our energy, our attention, our money. Make sure that your money, especially, is not wasted by utilizing big aggressive size early as you're not as experienced as of yet. All right. Other than that, remember the live streams and recaps are never a reason to try and copy trade what I'm doing. It takes months and more commonly years to learn the strategy. Lastly, be careful of fake accounts. I will never message you first randomly for no good reason. All right. So, with that being said, let's talk about this crazy day. I haven't really been making a ton of recaps. In fact, I'm only making recaps for more eventful days right now. And today we had quite the eventful day. And, you know, GLMD, pharmaceutical stock, going all the way from about $4 pre market, $4 pre market, up to this insane high of 23.81. I mean, just absolutely impressive. This is what it's all about. A lot of the times we do see these decent opportunities pre-market, lighter volume, but coming into the open, we kept it on watch and we did say to ourselves, can we see that red to green? Sometimes I'll start off the day and I'm trying to keep my cool, but I'm going to show you guys something here. This is something that's very common with the level 2 here at DAS Trader, sadly, despite it being a very quick platform. A lot of times we have this issue where our level 2 on the bid and the ask is inverted. So take a look at this. As we're coming into the open, GLMD currently around 540. Right now everything seems okay. 40, 50 by 53. The bid and the ask price looks good. But the moment it starts to get up there, I believe it was around 60, 70, is where we started to get some lag in our instruments here, especially up towards $6. Is very noticeable. So here we go. It's coming up 63 by 65. This is where I'm going to switch over, start to notice it. And it's going to start happening here in a sec. Here we go. This is where it's like the moment I pulled up the stock and was getting ready to get involved, my bid price is saying 66, my ask price is saying 65. As you guys know, the ask price should never be below the bid price and vice versa. The bid price should always be uh, below. And so, as the stock is going from 60 all the way to 70 to 80, you can see it on the tape here on the right hand side. 80 is being printed. My bid price is showing 80. My ask price is showing 70. I wonder if the two are inverted due to some sort of bug in their back end or something. I don't know. It's definitely strange. So here we go, 80, 81 by 69. If you look at WHLR, it's showing the same thing, 52 by 49. Is this the actual ask price? If this is the actual ask price, I mean, I could make the adjustment and just switch it around and then keep trading, right? But I mean, I don't know. It's kind of risky because let's see, the numbers are still going down over here, and then they're going up over here. So it's hard to say, and maybe it's just best to stay on the sidelines. 80 by 70. So all of this, where I could have maybe already took a trade into the opening surge, I couldn't do anything. And then now it's back in order after it's already went over the whole dollar to 620. Now that all the moves are gone. Oh man. So sometimes you start a day and it's like my mental capital just drops a little bit from 100% down to 95%. It's like, oh my goodness, is this how we're starting the day with a technical issue? But we're keeping our cool. We're staying locked in. We're not gonna let it get under our skin that we missed a trade or two. We're just gonna keep watching for the next opportunity. So I ended up looking for a dip here, and then after this, we're gonna skip through to kind of some of the key areas and key trades where I was able to capitalize. I waited patiently here for a pullback too. I think it came down to about 70, 80, and I got long on the dip. Taking 77 on the ask in. And I threw out the limit order around 88, I believe, or 90. I can't remember what the ask popped up to exactly, but you know, smaller size here to start the day as well. A little on the smaller side, but decent. Our first trade is in the money. We're on the scoreboard, especially after getting red on WHLR right there. So if we're to fast forward, we didn't do well over the next couple of candlesticks. You know, a little bit of chop. You know, areas like this where we have a low of 615, high of 638. We're watching at the breakout trade here potentially. Can we see the move up? But you know, we're churning at that high. We try for 40 breakout. It doesn't go, and you can see there's a bit of a spread in there as well. You know, areas like that. So here's the bigger pullback. And during this beautiful dip below 6, I'm going to look away to WHLR here for trades. And we did capture something. You know, again, we were at 127. We captured like a $90 trade in here, thinking maybe this one is going to also give a massive move. Break of 10 areas what I'm watching. It gave this dip. I'm jumping in. And, you know, can we see the move back over 10? I take a couple of cents in the spread. And so as this GLMD is going to dip, I'm watching something else, right? I mean, this is how it goes sometimes. You know, and let's see, 18, 17. It's churning here and then back down. I wonder if I would have been in at 18 area, if I would have gotten a good fill coming out. I don't know. But anyhow, it does dip to 6. And it ended up holding up that area nicely. 97, 99. Opportunity is going to cost. And then even on WHLR, I'm going to get blazed buying at 10. So I'm long at 10, and the spreads, look at this. The spreads are going to just completely open up here, sadly. So there's 96 by 10. There's 06 by 08. I'm going to jump in right here. I get filled, despite the bid and the ask dropping, I got filled at the highest point. They didn't even fill any shares like at 02, 03, 04, whatever. I tried to cut it break even, but I mean, it's just, I really am truly trying to sell before it drops because I was expecting it to go to 15, 16, 8, you know, the moment I'm in. And so I'm like, all right, I'm just going to cut this trade. And in the moment of me trying to cut the trade, this thing just, the bids just teleport down to 80. And it's like, are you kidding? Am I going to lose 30 cents here for nothing? These trades like this can also be frustrating. It looks like I got a fair fill coming out in the spreads, but a little disappointing there to go from red 45. You know, we basically lost 200 bucks. So let's skip ahead here to one of the bigger trades. And by the way, again, this thing was a little tricky for me to capitalize on early, man. Despite I would say moving smooth, I had a lot of issues with higher fills, and the volatility at times was a little off because it would grind higher and not really break out. This was a decent area, so I'm trying for break of 70 for the 1 minute candle here, or break of 80, I think it was break of 80. It pushes up nicely, and there is a little bit of churn mid to high 80s, so I take it off. But right here, I was supposed to get back in at 90. Right here, I should have been back in, right here in this area. And I didn't, and it's going to go without me here. All the way to the halt up. It does get halted up after 30 seconds plus. The resumption, kind of tricky. I'll show you guys the resumption trade here. And then there's one other area besides this. I missed this resumption trade. I think I was too skeptical because of how we were seeing selling coming in on the tape. So a couple seconds, here we go. There it is. It opened up sideways and then dipped. We saw about 75. I didn't jump in anywhere there. It does get to 27 and 30. I think that's a missed opportunity. Maybe we could have been in at like 90. Out at like 15 would have been good for like a good 25 cents. But sadly, yeah, we didn't take that trade. I think just a little too much concern. We did get a nice breakout here. I mean, there was a lot of opportunities. It doesn't look like I captured that breakout though. Into a false breakout and then a new high. You can see, despite all of this, you know, area here, I'm not really able to make anything. I'm actually just churning shares. And then finally, Actually, I don't even think it was here. We made some money. We're gonna give some back again. Let's see. It pulls back. Right here, I did think was backside though. Um, at about 10:06 a.m. right here in this candlestick. I thought this was backside because it was an area where short sellers, I believe, should have been covering due to the fact that we had a consolidation below the 200 EMA, which is a known area at times for resistance. But after we broke over the level, the stock just kept, you know, it kept this like, how do I describe it? It's almost like the volume just went out, right? The volume kind of just went to nothingness, and it came down, and I'm like, whoa, what's going on? Is this backside? It gives a fake algo wick up here, and then it's selling off. So it comes down, and not until this move back up is where I start to really get myself going. So on this big red to green, and then even here, it's like you can see up to 1600, back down 1300, 1200. So it's just this endless churn, this endless churn. I'd make money, lose it, make money, lose it. It's just so tricky. But right here is where we had the trade of the day. Um, so I noticed, okay, we had the high of 40. It was a bit of a rejection of the 200 EMA, but the stock did not flush out all the way. Like we rejected the level. We held up close enough to the highs at 20 where it was very likely that we would retest high of day. So if you guys listen to the live stream at this point, that's what I'm saying. And so I said, as long as it does not reject the level up here, I should be good to go. So I'm trying for potential breakouts here. The intuition was great today. I mean, we really should have had like a 20K day, man, but the execution, there were some areas we could have done better too on my side. Hold up, we gotta go back. So we're back in around 20 area. Well, let's say 30 area. And we're watching to see that retest of 40 here. We know the stock wants to give that retest. So as it comes up, I'm selling right beneath resistance, or right at resistance. And there's a chance that this just goes without even giving a pause right here. There's a chance this just goes all the way to to the halt up, and I miss an extra 40 cents. But I opted to take the, if it was that 15, 18 cents that I'm in on right now, to lock it in case it rejects this level and then it's back down to 20 very quickly, which is what we just saw not so long ago on this candle. So in this area now, if we don't flush out, I'm going to keep an eye, right? And this is very aggressive because I'm buying right at resistance, but I'm going to say to hell with it. If this trade rejects like it just did, or in one of these type of rejections like this, well, hello, red day. My 1600 is going to go to the depths. But I'm going to say, you know what, man? Big boy pants. I'm going to jump in. And I'm expecting to see 55, 60, maybe 65. If it gets to 70, great. And I'm jumping in. What's it going to be? It just teleports up to 90. And I'm like, yep, there's my trade. I don't need to see nothing else. Just give me that. And I'm satisfied. And it goes all the way to the halt up. That's when we finally started making money. You know, into the afternoon, I'm a little disappointed. Even during the live class that I did, um, during the live class, there's a good resumption, but you know it was very close. We almost got caught in a big move down. But into the afternoon, I mean, just very very disappointing stuff here. Starting with the halt down. In fact, we didn't really expect the halt down here. This thing resumed, just teleported down. So anybody holding that bought into the halt up really got destroyed if they didn't sell. Or maybe they got lucky if they held. But of course, as you guys know here in MMU, if I'm to be as aggressive to buy into a halt up and then it just opens up and teleports down, I'm taking the loss down here. I'm not taking the chance. I'm not taking the chance because let's say I'm in 1K shares and I'm down in this trade 3 grand, 4 grand. I'd rather take a $3,000 loss than hope and pray and this thing just goes down like where it is right now to like $11, and I'm the guy still hoping and praying this move, you know. So the $11 would have turned into, if it just kept going, was it over here? Yeah, this $11 would have just turned into, you know, actually, no, it's not over there. But yeah, anyhow, so you guys get what I'm trying to say. Got to cut the losses if it happens to you. You got to cut the loss. But very disappointing to not make money from that move down, because I was up about 6,100, and then I kind of bled out here. I bled out just paper cuts, and I knew. I wonder if I could go back in time if I would have done it differently, because actually I don't know, maybe not. You know, we had a few bottoming wicks here, but we were getting like 40,000 shares of volume per candlestick. It was so hard to tell if I should be in it like 15 and just holding, or if I should wait for a bigger dip like this and then buy again. But I did say I'm gonna let it go, and then I'm gonna trade it again higher so there's more volume. The move up ended up being like, it was good. It was good. Maybe I needed to hold a little longer in one of the areas and be a little quicker, but I got chopped around. I think that's what happened. I needed to. There was a trade that I took a little long to get in, that if I had gotten a good entry, I would have held it, but I didn't buy early enough. I got the higher fill, and that was on me. But it just went and went and went and went. At this point, I stopped trading it at 18 because I'm like, it's gonna be too risky. And I didn't. If I made money in the red to green here, I would have traded it all the way up to 23. If I'm up like 8, 9, 10, 12,000 at this point, but because I didn't make anything, I just took a back seat. I said, "Hey, enough is enough," and that was it. But I think on this stock, the same stock back in a few months ago, you know, I'd be up 15,000, 20,000. So I think there's room to improve. Like, my goodness, the fills are trash with Schwab versus Thinkorswim, versus TD, and then on top of that, you know, issues like level 2 messing up in the beginning, and then all the areas where I didn't buy or hesitated when I knew there was an entry. Why do I know there's an entry and then I hesitate on the entry? Silly, silly, silly. Silly, silly, silly. Very silly. But yeah, guys, that was the day. By the way, I do want to mention that for those of you who are in MMU, if your subscription has ended and you've been a diamond member, a trading with Tim member, a triad member, you guys can reach out to us, even gold members as well. You guys can reach out to us for a coupon if you're looking to resubscribe. All right, it's slightly bigger than the coupons that we'll put out normally, because you know it's like a good fate coupon, right? Rewarding you guys for coming back with us again for another semester. So if you're ever looking to rejoin classes, you guys can reach out to us privately in the DMs in Discord, or you can email us, and we will hook you up with the alumni returning coupon. All right, the returning members, the returning students. And that was the day, guys. That was the day. This is the screen. You know, my full archive, of course, has been uploaded for the students, both the afternoon trading and the early morning trading. That way you guys can come, go back, fast forward, rewind, see every green trade, every loss, and everything in between, right? But with that being said, check out those links down below for Momo Pro, which is the scanning software that I use. You guys can also check out the links down below for Merciless Markets. All right, this is the day trading course that we have. You guys can check it out. And then other than this, you guys can check out the chat room, which is where it goes down. All right. This is where it goes down. The chat room actually had a tough time today. Some people did well, some people didn't. It's not our best performance on a stock like this as a whole. You know, Vegito and Dynamo, you know, the two guys that did really well. Green Dream, and we had some other traders do okay, but ultimately, you know, usually we would see more green, right? Momo Bro, Ken holding it down. SF ended red today. Kept it tight though, which was good. Did good recovery. Cactus, You know, we would have expected Cactus maybe to have a bigger day here as well. So it really shows you that the momentum was tough. Save going from green on 1K or 2K to red about 5, 6, well, not 5, but about 8, 7, 8K. We'll say like 7, maybe 6, 7, and then back up to about 4K. And you know, happy birthday to him. Happy birthday to MX getting it done. Orin ended red today, trending down. Did keep it tight, the small size, but had a tough time today. Things that went right, things that went wrong. Bad DTSS trading. It was so bad. Expecting the curl that never happened. Yeah, you got to keep it tight, cut the losses, and move on to the strong stock. Jorge, Tim had a tough day. Tim usually always big green, 15, 20, 30K on these days. Let's see. Jimmy, nicely done. Jimmy getting it done. Way to go. Lucas, good recovery from -2 to +2, ending at 16. Good recovery. Big Steve, who also I thought would have had another big day today, had a bit of a tough time. So it goes to show you, man, the momentum was tricky, right? Marcelo doing Marcelo things, of course. Shout out to Marcelo, one of the other mentors. Jay, green to red, a little tough there at the back end of the day, back half. Mr. Man getting it done. And Mr. Man, is this live account perhaps? I know Mr. Man was in the sim for some time. Jorge getting it done, small green. D Trades, who had a really nice week last week, had a tough time, it would seem, as well. So again, a lot of traders had trouble with this one. Kitty, who was, you know, killed it in August, is down 10K to start the month, right? And this is part of the reality of trading. You guys saw me back in May or June, one of those months. I'm down 9,000 to start the month, similar to this. You know, it's part of the deal. Sometimes it happens. But you know, the market is tricky, man, and the risk is always real. You know, for me, I like to size down anytime I'm going through a drawdown. We also got Cool Man with a nice day. Dynasty, I would have expected maybe up a couple thousand. So again, it shows you that the day was so tricky, right? Some of the traders had a hard time. Stone, Minty also had a tough time. And I don't know, maybe some of these traders did add to the gains throughout the day. It's possible. Hurricane, Gus, nicely done. And Shay, we're so proud of you, Shay. Keep it up, keep it going. I mean, Shay, I don't need to see your trader view to know that you've been following the process, because I've been seeing how you've been writing out everything here in the chat room. But it would be nice one day, you know, maybe we get on a call. I'd love to see how you're doing behind the scenes. But way to go, man. Just, this is awesome. And shout out to the girl power, because, you know, there's not as many female traders. There are a few, right? There's a few students who are female traders. So shout out to all the women getting it done and holding it down. So again, Salve was down about 8K before coming back to the green. Salve, if you're watching this recap, we might have to have an intervention, because Crispy trades just as aggressive as you, and he's not usually as red on the same stocks or same day. So there's an area of opportunity to improve for Save here, I think. And this is the beauty of all of us studying up together. I think we could do more group study sessions, man. I'm down for that. If these guys are free after market hours, even on the weekends, right? If we're like free at the end of the weekends, you know, I'm down. I'd love to see some of these trade. I mean, to even make all this back is like pretty impressive, right? Dash. But yeah, guys, Jessica, right? Another, again, shout out girl power, right? Getting it done. Small green, MNQ. But yeah, guys, that's gonna do it for the recap. Hit that thumbs up. Shout out to the community. Shout out to the channel. Stay safe, stay green. It's been Relentless Trader. Any big green or big red P&L, I'll do a recap. The small fry stuff, man, I can't guarantee it right now. You know, It's just some days it's just tough, man. But yeah, guys, stay safe, stay green. It's been Pastor, and I'm out of here. Catch you later.